In today's video, I'll share a chilling story that I experienced firsthand, involving a mysterious old book I bought from a local bookstore. This book wasn't just any ordinary book. It was cursed with missing pages that brought terrifying events into my reality. Join me as I recount this spine-chilling journey through the unknown. I had always been drawn to old, forgotten things, especially books. When I stumbled upon a dusty, ancient book in a small, dimly lit bookstore tucked away in an alley, I was immediately intrigued. Its leather cover was cracked and weathered, and the gold lettering on the spine was barely legible, despite its age, or perhaps because of it. I felt an irresistible pull toward it. The owner, an elderly man with a knowing look in his eyes, sold it to me with a cryptic warning: "Be careful what you seek in these pages." Excited by my find, I couldn't wait to dive into the book. I settled into my favorite reading nook at home, eager to uncover its secrets. As I began to read, however, I noticed something odd. Book had missing pages. Every so often, there would be a gap where the text should have been, leaving me with fragmented and unsettling glimpses of the narrative. At first, the missing pages didn't seem to affect me much. I enjoyed the eerie atmosphere of the book, feeling a sense of unease that was thrilling. But then, strange things began to happen. Late at night, I would hear whispers coming from the shadows of my room. Objects moved on their own, and I felt a chilling presence that I couldn't explain. The missing pages started to feel more than just gaps in the text. They seemed to be portals to a different, darker reality. I began to experience the events described in those gaps as if they were happening to me. The lines between the book and my reality blurred. I saw the horrifying figures described in the text manifesting in my own home. I could almost feel their cold breath on my neck and their sinister whispers in my ears. The more I read, the more intense the experiences became. It was as if the book was feeding off my fear and growing stronger with each page. Desperate to stop the nightmares, I tried to put the book away, but the events wouldn't cease. The malevolent force had entwined itself with my life, and escaping its grasp was becoming increasingly difficult. One night, as I sat in my room with the book open in front of me, the air grew icy cold. The whispers, once faint, became loud and clear. Shadows danced around the room, their movements synchronized with the words on the page. The room seemed to pulse with a malevolent energy, and I felt a deep sense of dread, unlike anything I had ever known. In a desperate attempt to break free, I tried to reach out to the bookstore owner for help. When I arrived, the store was closed, and the old man was nowhere to be found. Panic surged through me as I realized that I might be entirely alone in this fight. Determined to end the nightmare, I decided to confront whatever was lurking within the pages. I gathered all my courage and read aloud from the book, hoping to challenge its power. The words seemed to come alive, wrapping around me like tendrils of darkness. The room became a maelstrom of shadows, and the very walls seemed to close in on me. As I continued reading, the room began to distort. My surroundings melted away, and I found myself in an eerie, twilight world, an echo of the book's reality. The figures from the missing pages materialized before me, their eyes glowing with malevolent intent. I felt their icy grip on my soul, dragging me further into their nightmarish realm. In the midst of this chaos, a realization dawned on me. The book had not only pulled me into its world, but had also become a part of me. It had woven itself into my very being, a parasite feeding on my fear. To escape, I had to sever this connection. With a final surge of determination, I closed my eyes and recited a mantra I had discovered in the book's fragmented passages, a spell of release and closure. As I spoke the words, the shadowy figures recoiled, and the nightmarish realm began to dissolve. The oppressive darkness lifted, and I felt myself being pulled back to my own world. I awoke in my room, the book lying closed on the table. The whispers and shadows were gone, but a lingering sense of unease remained. The book, though still present, seemed powerless now. Its malevolent influence vanquished. I carefully placed it back in the bookshelf, hoping never to encounter it again. The terror of those days lingered in my mind, but I had learned a crucial lesson. Some knowledge is too dangerous to seek, and some stories are better left untold. The cursed book remained a haunting reminder of the dark chapter in my life, a reminder that the boundaries between fiction and reality are often more fragile than we think. As I moved forward, I could only hope that the book would remain dormant, its dark pages forever closed. The experience had changed me, and I knew that the shadows of the past would always be a part of me, lurking just beyond the edges of reality.